and coveted through time. Turn to the experts. ShopNBC. Ideal cut, flawless clarity, and spectacular color. How do you know if you have a good quality stone? The 10,000 carat celebration, here on ShopNBC.
Welcome back to ShopNBC. My name is Jim Skelton. I'm going to be here with you for the next 2 hours of Stuhrling Original. We have some really cool markdowns tonight, prices we have never ever seen before. Huge markdowns. As a matter of fact, we also have some brand spanking new items never seen by anyone before, so stay tuned for that. I have a couple shows I want to let you know about. First of all, though, first of which being Izomers. We have Izomers Skincare coming up tomorrow at 7 p.m. And who's going to be on? Oh, Brian Kessler is going to be here. Is Manuela going to be here as well? Of course she will. They couldn't do the shows without her, so please tune in for that, 7 p.m. tomorrow. Also, Fine Furnishings is going to be coming up tomorrow as well at 9 o'clock in the morning, so just a few hours from now. And that's going to be with Mr. Bill Fahey and Connie Kunkel. So that's going to be, watching those two together, the rare occasion I am ever up that early, it's always a hoot. Those two are just so funny. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into our preview here. Mr. Larry Magen is here from Stuhrling Original to help guide us through these next 2 hours. And I hope I can share his excitement because he's always got so much energy. I have to keep up with him. So let's go ahead and get into that preview and talk about some of the items we have coming up today. First of which being J139151. This is the electroluminescence timepiece. This one is great. You push in the crown and all the numerals light up as if by magic. Take a look at that price, $99.98, and this is the gents version. No, this is the ladies. Okay, this is the ladies version, and you've got two value pays of $49.99. I tell you, when we had the gentlemen's versions, they flew out of here, so I anticipate the same thing with the ladies. So I want you to call in very quickly on that. Now, this one is going to be my pick of the hour for the ladies. Actually, my pick of the night for the ladies. This is a brand new skeletonized automatic timepiece for ladies. You've got what's left of the dial here is done in genuine mother of pearl. This is an exquisite timepiece. We have white mother of pearl, black mother of pearl, orange mother of pearl, pink, and blue for $149.97. Your choice there, and three value pays of $49. J139155. That one I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not on the phone for immediately, you will miss out on your color of choice. That is just going to blow out of here. Also, J139150, this is another brand new piece for us. This is what they're calling their vintage piece. This does have a big day complication at the 12 o'clock position. Your off-center sweep seconds hand at the 6. This is a great looking watch. $199 is all it costs. And you're looking at a 42 millimeter case diameter. So it is a really great large timepiece. I love the unique crown on this as well. Three value pays of $66, J139150. Also, this is the return of a classic. We're looking at a 2-eye chronograph here, but what is special about this is the bezel design, how it completely wraps around the crown on this watch. It kind of makes the whole watch look off-center. It is just the coolest vintage looking, or kind of a 70s looking piece. J132750. It's $79.98, folks. You're getting a steal of a deal. Two value pays of $39.99. We have black, blue, and silver tone remaining, but the blue is going to sell out very, very quickly. Also, going into this, and I want you to pay very, very close attention to that little blue box at the upper left-hand corner of your screen, J138780. This is the day date. What's great about this is you have your day aperture, but you also have, you see those little dots that are kind of going around the dial? There's a color disc that goes around counterclockwise to give you indication of the date. This is a flat-out cool watch. It's a brand new model, but you know what? Right here, right now, we're going to take $100 off the price. dropping it to, see, I told you we would have some great markdowns. $149.97. This is a 40 millimeter case diameter, and you do have a cabochon on each of those crowns. 3 value pays of $49. J138780. All dials are in stock. Now this one is really cool. Now we marked this down, I believe, the last visit that Larry was here, J121439. This is two independent movements, 2 independent time zones, and an oval case was simply one of the most elegant dials Stuhrling has ever made. It's $149. We were selling these at $249, and we could not keep them in stock. If you want the black and gray, call in now. I have one. Otherwise, we have the silver tone with the black dial, and that is it. 3 value pays of $49 for J121439. Also, J133052. Now, this is one I had never had a chance to see before. It's not a brand spanking new model, but one we have very rarely ever seen. This does have a Swiss Etta G15 chronograph movement inside. Now, here's the great thing about this. We were always selling this at $279, but you know what? Just because you're watching tonight, we're going to mark it down for you. We're going to go from $279 to $199. Brings your value pays to $66. J133052. We have the rose tone indices, the black indices, and the blue indices all available. When you see the dial work on this, you're just going to flip. And again, this is a full-size gentleman's timepiece. 3 value pays of $66. And moving on. Going into another classic, J121358. This is in the rose tone version. This has the beautiful ribbon-style dial. You have your animated AM/PM indicator on here as well. Big day complication, as well as your day wheel at the 9 o'clock position. Looking at this for $299.97. 20 joule automatic, 3 value pays of $99. J121358. This is a classic, and I've only got a dozen remaining. Also, G132911, this is a genuine sharkskin strap. It is a big day complication. Off-center sweep seconds hand. Nice curved profile to it. You know what, folks? It's $99. If you're looking to kickstart somebody's collection, if you're looking to add a unique piece to an existing collection, this is going to be one of those fun, funky, cool watches. But I'll give you a warning here. The quantities, copper gray, I have 2. Champagne green, I have 8. Blue on blue, I have 5. And the blue and gray, which is my favorite, we have 8. J132911. 911, it's an emergency. Call in quickly. It's $99.98. And look at the value page you have on here as well. $49. If you don't have a sharkskin strap in your collection, what a great way to do it. It's actually a suede sharkskin strap, so it's very, very supple to the touch. Also, J133381. This is a steel automatic with the, you know what? This has that rope design bezel. This is also followed through on the case back as well. $229 would be a great price, wouldn't it? But you know what? Just because you're here, we're feeling kind of frisky. We're going to take $80 off this, drop it to $149. I told you there were some great markdowns. 3 value pays of $49.99. J133381. We have black and silver tone. The black, by the way, is the runaway leader. That is going to sell out first. I like the date complication at the 6 o'clock position on this as well. And the way the crown is shaped, it's very easy to pop it out and do your adjusting. It's a very comfortable crown. And J120862. This is a great deal on an automatic timepiece at $299. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it right now. I'm not going to lead up to it. I'm not going to play the game. $199. We're taking $100 off. Excuse me. The deals are so good, I'm losing my voice. 3 value pays of $66. And this is actually a pretty big watch. Can you hold that one up for me really quick? This is a 40 millimeter timepiece. You have a full calendar on here as well as a self-correcting big date animated AM/PM indicator. But the dial on this is what's just going to floor you. J120862. And couple more to show you. J121357. A return of another classic. Now this one is in gold tone. You have the month and the, oh, you know what? I need to see that watch in person. I just cannot see it from this distance on the monitor. We have the month, we have the day, and you have a pointer date as well as the animated AM/PM indicator. This is an automatic timepiece, folks, for $199.98. G121357. We have one in the black dial, and if you prefer the silver tone dial, you better call in quick as well because I have less than 2 dozen remaining. And this puppy right here, this is the granddaddy of them all. This is a genuine tourbillon, $44.99. 5 value pays of $8.99. You've got a genuine crocodile strap. You have a beautiful, elaborate move. Can I show this live very quickly? Because, you know, we only have, I think, one of these left. This was on a cancellation from the last show that we had. And I want you to see this movement, and I want you to see the rotating cage for the tourbillon. You need to take a look at this, the dial work on this. There is your tourbillon cage, gently rotating around. But look at the fully decorated movement. This is a real work of art, folks. If you've ever wanted what is considered to be the complication to own, and you don't want to spend $100,000 to do it, here you go. Here is your first genuine tourbillon. Sapphire crystals front and back, beautiful dial. You've also got a date wheel and a day wheel as well, so you're not just getting the tourbillon, you're getting 2 complications. And folks, it's $44.99. We have one. You must call in very quickly. This has well, actually we have the silver tone. It's the rose tone indices. Folks, it's $8.99 for your first payment. G138786. I urge you to call in quickly. With the only one remaining there, it is not going to last. And these are only made in limited quantities, so we can't continue to bring these out here. We're fighting to get more. Trust me, we are trying our hardest, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I want to say hello to my good friend Larry Magen back here from
Jim.
Stuhrling.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. We've got so much value packed into this show. You saw some of the watches we're going to be showing here in this hour. I don't want to take up any time, but I do want to thank everybody for joining the party, joining us all year, sending me some emails. I've been getting some great emails, Jim. It's just been like a big party, and I want everybody out there to just join the fun, and let's get into these watches. We've got some tremendous value tonight.
You think it's a party now? Wait till I put the tassels on.
It's been great, Jim.
We are going to go into our first piece, which is going to be a great ladies' watch. And, you know, it's really about the value on this one. It's J139151. Tell us what is so incredible about this watch.
Well, first of all, Jim, you're right. It is about the value, but more than just the value, let me say this. This is kind of a... let's say a tip of the iceberg, or it's a hint of what's to come from Stuhrling. We're starting to get more into some ladies' watches. Wait till you see some of the things we have on the drawing board with some actual natural gemstones in the watches. So we're expanding into ladies, we're getting into it, and here we go with this one. You know, we had that men's electroluminescent. This is the watch where you push in the crown and it lights up. Well, this is, and we blew it out in the men's.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many we had here. We might have had 200-300. I don't remember. But whatever it was, we sold them in that one show. I think it was maybe 3 shows ago with you and I. Mm-hmm. So we came back now with the smaller case size, and we made some beautiful colors. You happen to be holding the ivory dial, which I think of the 4 dials, the ivory one, you can see the clearest and the best. But what's really nice, I think, about this particular model here is the colors of the straps. We have a khaki color. You don't see a lot of khaki watches, okay? Again, you're holding the ivory dial with the black strap and the white stitches. But take a look at the brown, Jim.
Here's the khaki.
There's the khaki, okay? You got, and the strap is very unique as well. You don't see a lot of straps like this.
I think I like the brown the best.
You know, it's not a true brown. It's kind of like a mocha or a cocoa. You know, I don't know what you want to call this one, Jim, but it's kind of a powdered down brown, okay? But it's beautiful. And of course...
and if you're sporting and daring, go for the red dial.
Well, you know, very, very true. And you say sporting, this is the kind of watch that's very casual. You know, I mean, you can wear this going out, doing your errands, whatever you want to do. I wouldn't say this is a dress watch by any means, going out dressy or anything like that. This is a knock-around, dress, you know, casual type of piece that you wear all the time, every day. Also, I believe this would
We got an update for you. Bye-bye tourbillon.
Somebody
Are we ever going to see these again?
What, the tourbillons?
Yeah.
We'll make a new tourbillon. I know we will, and we'll come out with some unique styling on that too. But, you know, meanwhile, we want to go to our bread and butter. We don't want to ignore our audience, Jim.
Well, thank you to that one lucky caller that added that to your collection. You know, I've gotten so many emails from people that bought that tourbillon and went, you know what, this is the crown jewel of my collection. So thank you guys for offering us such a great price. It's amazing. There's just nothing else out there like it.
Well, thank you, Jim. And, you know, we can get into the reasons why there's so much value, not just in our tourbillons, but our entire line. And hopefully during this hour, we'll have a chance to talk a little bit about that. On this particular piece, you know, I was about to mention, one of the things that I like about this one, I believe this would be a great watch for boys and girls. You know, you're talking about maybe a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old. They would love a watch like this, and this could be for a boy or a girl, not just a lady's watch, but take a look at that watch. That's like a young boy's watch or a young girl's watch. I mean, they would love to push in the crown and see it light up. Unfortunately, that's one of the things that we can't really show well here in the studio.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm easily fascinated. You know, a shiny object in the corner will keep me distracted for hours. But to actually have a watch that lights up this easily, I mean, you could be sitting in a movie theater, pitch black, you push in the crown, you're going to read it so very easily. And the great thing I love about the colors that you guys chose for the dials, they're very easy to read at a quick glance, no matter what lighting situation there is. You just take a quick look. It kind of has a military feel to it.
Well, you know, I want to be clear that everybody understands we're not just talking about the fact that it has luminescent hands that, you know, will glow in the dark. We're talking about an electroluminescent watch where you push in the crown and it's backlit. The dial lights up. And, you know, another thing, too, I'd like everybody out there, we're trying to reach out to new people. I mean, we're getting so many cards and letters right now from people that bought Stuhrlings. In the past, I shared some of those with you earlier tonight. You know, we're getting great comments. People own 10 Stuhrlings, 17 Stuhrlings, 20.
I saw those. I was like, wow.
Unbelievable.
That one guy owns 74
One guy had
Stuhrlings?
72 Stuhrlings, yes, another one 47. And we're getting these types of responses, and it's just great. But at the same time, we want to reach out to new people as well. And I think this particular model, we have that other ladies model coming up in the hour here with the skeleton dial. We're reaching out to the ladies. We want to reach out to new people. If you're watching the show, welcome to the show. Have some fun and join the party, really. It's more fun to watch when you buy. You know, my mother, may she rest in peace, Jim, she died back in '94, but she always used to tell me, you know, when things aren't going well, when, you know, things are going tough, go buy something for yourself.
It's a great pick-me-up.
You know, and of course, maybe you expect me to say that because we're here trying to sell, but for those out there that some of my friends back there in LA that are watching the show tonight who knew my mother, they know that I'm not making it up. My mom is probably shopping right now at the big mall in the sky, okay? But she was a true shopper. But many times in my life, I've done that. When things, you know, life is a roller coaster, right? When you're up, and when you're down, go buy a new shirt. Buy something for yourself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, join the party, have some fun. If things are going good, join the party and buy a watch. If things are a little rough right now, if you can afford it, you'll feel great. And this is a model right here that you might want to jump on.
Yeah, let's show the other colors that we have available here as well. Actually, we have just like 30 seconds left. I don't care if you want to go to the model shot or go to that shot, whatever you want to do. This is a really cool, it's a great casual wear watch. If you're just kind of bumming around, you're running around in khakis and a nice shirt, or you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Ladies, this is going to be a great fun watch for you. Here is the red. Now you'll notice all the dial colors, the stitching in the strap does match. Here's the red on the black.
And it's a nubuck leather, Jim. It's really soft.
Yeah, it's very elegant feeling.
Really soft out there. You're going to love it. And once you
Here's
break
my
it in,
choice.
too.
That's my choice right there.
The
I
mocha.
think that brown is. Or the mocha, the cappuccino.
There you go. Actually, that kind of does look like my coffee, doesn't it? Nice coffee color.
There you go, and there's the khaki.
And that's the khaki, that's right. And
J139151. Any closing thoughts while we go to the next piece?
just that, you know, the case itself is sandblasted, so you have that nice matte finish to it, so it's not the polish, which is good for casual.
Very cool.
Same as the men's.
There we go. That was it for that one. We're going to move into the next. Let me show you a couple items we do have coming up. This one was one of the big markdowns I was telling you about, J138780. We took $100 off of this. What's cool about this, you have your day aperture down by the 6 o'clock position, then you have all these really cool dots that you see around the dial here. There is a little colored disc that rotates counterclockwise to give you the readout for your date. It's $149. You got 3 value pays of $49.99. J132911 is another great piece with the shark skin strap. $99, you get a big date, you get the shark skin. It's a suede shark skin, so it's very comfortable.
Oh, it's very, very soft. It's like butter. It's so soft. And there aren't a lot of those pieces, folks. If you want to add one to your collection, if you don't already have one of these, we only have a few pieces in a...
Copper gray, we have 2. Champagne green, we have 5. Blue on blue, there's 1. And blue and gray, we still have 8. Usually when I say 1's my favorite, that's when it sells out. I don't know what's going on here. Also, J121357. This is such a beautiful timepiece.
Well, this piece, Jim, is tremendous. At $199, it can't be beat. You know, this is a genuine moon phase, is it not? I believe it is.
You might be correct on that one.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was the AM PM indicator, but
no, you're right. It is. You're right. It is a sun moon indicator. It is. But this particular piece right here is sapphire crystals front and back. It's got the the case design that was inspired by the Dubé and Chaldebrand look. So, I mean, this piece, we're going to get into this piece, hopefully, and feature it and talk about it, but I see we're getting ready to go to the ladies' skeleton, so I don't want to take any time away from this.
We're only in teen quantity on that, so we may not get a chance to get to it. But this one, and you and I were so excited about this coming out here. Take a look at this ladies' timepiece. This is gorgeous. Now, last month, we showed a very similar model for gents, a little bit different. Now we have what you could really call it a matching watch to that for ladies. And look at this price. You're getting a mechanical automatic for $149. Not only is the dial skeletonized, but so is the movement. Now you see the remainder of the dial here is in genuine mother of pearl. I happen to pick up the black mother of pearl because I am a sucker for black mother of pearl. Look at the movement. I'm going to flip this over. Fully skeletonized, the rotor skeletonized. Now, you had mentioned before about how the engraving is done. Could you go back to that?
Absolutely. You see the rotor is skeletonized, but it is also hand engraved. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. This is the piece that you want to jump on. If you want to join us, do it now with this piece here. We have the beautiful colors, and you know, color is really in this year, and I love the hot pink on this one. That's my favorite. And then we have one that I'll call the tanzanite color. But going back to that movement, this is pretty much in fact, it is the same movement that we had in that skeleton watch that was the heart cutout for Valentine's Day, which we sold out. Now, I understand we have a few pieces here in the second hour, like less than 10 pieces in but nevertheless, that was one of the quickest sellouts we ever had. We brought it back on the heels of the success of that watch, and we put it in a different case. And now we have the mother of pearl dial, and we did also, Jim, set the crown at the 4 o'clock position. So there's the first one there, that bluish purple. I'm calling that a tanzanite color.
Okay. And I'll let you do that.
Because it's really not true blue, and it's really not purple. It's kind of bluish purple. And, you know, I used to sell gemstones and jewelry and so forth, and I would call that a tanzanite color. I love the sand, by the way, for spring, but that'll go with everything.
I like this rose tone right here with the white mother of pearl. It's so elegant. Now you have the rose tone with the white. You have the gold tone with the black mother of pearl. Then you have orange and orange. You have the tan, what are we calling this here? Silver tone blue, silver tone white, silver tone pink. We're calling this gold tone white. And then you have the blue on blue. They're all so gorgeous. And I've gotten so many emails. I have so many phenomenal female viewers out there that email me on regular occasions. And I love hearing from each and every one of them. And a lot of them request, you know what, can you please get some of your vendors to come up with really serious ladies' timepieces, not just a quartz, not just a pretty watch, but an automatic or a mechanical. And here we have it right here. You're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the great colors, or you can go with standard colors. You have a mechanical automatic movement, and you have the mother of pearl. So there you have that jewelry aspect. You're getting everything all in one.
And what you're seeing right now, Jim, is what I would call the hot pink. I don't know how it's showing up on your monitor at home, ladies and gentlemen, but believe me, that band just screams fuchsia. It really does.
It is bright.
It's a hot, hot, hot pink. And I think the two hot colors for this year, according to my sources, are pink and turquoise. So this is about as hot a pink as you're going to find. And you know, I know we're a little bit early for Mother's Day, But, you know, by the time you get it, it's probably going to be end of March, early April. Mother's Day is in May. And, you know, it gets into the whole fracas of Mother's Day. Everybody's jumping in with the Mother's Day gifts. But, you know, if you're a man watching the show right now, consider this one for Mother's Day.
It's going to be a great gift. It's going to be important for two reasons. One, you're giving her a jewelry piece because you've got the mother of pearl, you have the beautiful finishes, but you're giving her a substantial watch. Have you ever heard her, you know, look at your collection and go, you know, I wish there was something like this for me. I want something that can be, you know, a work of art. It can be looked at as a serious timepiece. Well, here you go. And we're going to get a super duper close up here on one of the movements. So you can get an idea from the dial side what you're actually looking at, because now you don't have to take off the watch to look at the movement. You can see right through it. Another great thing is the offset crown down by the 4 o'clock position.
4 o'clock position,
It makes it unique. The off-center dial work that's been done here. There is a lot of design work that has gone into this watch. Take a look at that.
You know, Jim,
movement.
and also the price, $149. I mean, this watch, it says their retail value $290. It could retail for a lot higher than that as well. You know, let me tell you a little bit about Stuhrling and why we're getting more value, why you're getting more value with our watches than any other brand in the market, Jim. And this watch really makes me think of it. The first thing that I want everybody to understand is that we are the manufacturer. We own our own factory, Jim. And all of our watches are made in our factory, and it's under very strict Swiss supervision. I know you've had George von Berg here on the show before, and he's our partner over there, and he has a great reputation among the Swiss watchmakers. And we're utilizing the same Swiss technology and the same Swiss craftsmanship that previously has set the Swiss standard that the world has come to recognize as the symbol of excellence. And that alone is one of the main reasons why we're able to get it so cheap. There's a lot of other reasons, including the distribution, and we'll talk about that as well. But my point is, Jim, for $149, you're getting a mother of pearl dial. You're getting an automatic movement. You're getting a genuine leather strap that has like a snakeskin type of finish to it. You're getting so much for your money here. It's fantastic. The design, it's very fashionable. It's technical. The crown at the 4 o'clock position.
And again, I want to show you this movement from the back side as well. If we can just go to this very quickly. Now, you do have an 18 millimeter strap on here. You're looking at about a 32 millimeter case diameter. So it's not a dinky watch, but it's not an oversized watch in any way. And before we leave this presentation, I do want to once again show our model's wrist so you can see how it looks on the wrist. There is a lot of work on this watch, and it's $149. I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. Not at these kind of prices.
Well, you know, the other important thing to understand is, you know, how we bring such complicated and detailed timepieces at such low prices has to do with partnering with ShopNBC, of course, and that opens up a whole nother discussion, which I don't want to take all the airtime right now discussing, but the ShopNBC across the board has just such tremendous value. There's no way we could sell this in a retail environment for this price. In a retail environment, it would have to be 2 to 3 times this price.
Yeah, this is really an unbelievable deal. If we could just show the model's wrist one final time, and then we can move on. That would
Everybody
be
out there, join in. This would be a good watch to do it on. We do have some people on the phone right now. And, you know, the colors, this orange, I mean, this is a very unique orange. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not a pumpkin. It's not a tangerine. It's not a bright orange. But it's just a beautiful orange.
It really is. All of these colors are just fantastic. I'm going to have to pick up one of these for somebody that I know, because she is just going to flip over this. This is really, really beautiful watch. That the black mother of pearl especially, because she's a sucker.
And you know, that's 23 karat rose gold and 23 karat yellow gold fused onto the stainless steel.
Now, and that's a really good point. I want to get into that a little bit, just
Sure.
kind of across the board. Your plating process, you don't have to worry about sweating it off or anything like that. It's not just going to turn colors.
Not at all.
Coppery.
Not at all. In fact, I'm glad you asked me to clarify that, because with our last show, I think it was 3 weeks ago, I actually made an error on one of our pieces. I said it was dipped 10 microns thick, and the reason I said that is because on one of our other models, we did do that, on one of our Swiss models. But on most of our models, including these, and I was in error on that one piece. It was the what I call the Parmigiani piece, but nevertheless, our process is a fusion. It's a fused process. It's real 23 karat gold, not 24, 23, and it's a fused process. And we have sold thousands of watches with this technique, and we've never had one come back as a result of
Wow.
the gold coming off or fading or anything like that. So it really is a fantastic technique, and it's genuine 23 karat rose and yellow gold on those watches that's fused. So it's a great process.
Now this one, Dave, I want to make sure we get to this live. I must show this watch. J133052. That, for gentlemen, that's my pick of the hour. That thing is just drop dead gorgeous. Outside of the one that you know that I wear all the time, I got to say that's probably my favorite, right behind the one that I wear. I think that is just an absolutely stunning piece. Now we're going to get into something entirely different here. This is a very, very big markdown we did during the preview. Let's take a look at this up close. And Larry, feel free to jump in and describe the movement, the way this movement operates, because this thing, it's like it's a steal at this price. I mean,
well, it really is.
I mean,
for this price, it is ridiculous. But we talked about this piece before, and we're going to talk about it again. What's so unique about it is the date. Have you ever seen a date indicator like this? You have to get really close to see it, but what you have is the numbers are static, but the date disc. You see that little red dot down there between the 5 and the 6? That's telling you what date it is. It actually rotates around once every 24 hours to the next day.
And it actually rotates counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise, which makes the complication a little bit more unique and a little bit more difficult too, because it is going against the grain there. But that little red dot is what's going to show you the date. And I haven't seen a watch like it. And then, of course, look at the dial work, which we're famous for. This particular dial that you're holding, this color, is kind of it's a gray dial, charcoal gray. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's certainly not a black dial. A very unique color for a dial. I don't see a lot of dials this color.
Well, that's why I picked this one up, because we have a lot of people here that own a lot of watches that watch our shows, and they're always looking for something different. A gray dial is a very different color than what most people already have. It's going to be a great way for them to add it to their collection. All of these are just literally stunning. There you have the cabochon on the crown as well. These all have different cabochons. The one that has the blued indices actually has blue cabochon on it. You've got your day aperture right here, and that little red dot there, and I'm actually going to take this off my wrist. We can hold this shot, though, please. And I'm going to demonstrate to you how that disc kind of
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate
around.
You doing that, because that's the best way to actually see how this works. But there goes the disc. See how it's going counterclockwise?
It is so cool.
Very
Everything
nice.
in the movement goes clockwise except for the date.
Right. Very unique. I would venture to say not many people at home have a movement like this, have a date indicator like this. So you're always looking for something new to your collection, something unique, something as a conversation piece. You see the back is decorated, and also it's a slightly curved case. Feel it, Jim. The back of the case.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, the back of the case has got a slight curve to it, so it's not just flat. It's a screw-down case back, which is a little more expensive. It's not one of those ones that just pop off. Okay, everything about it is first class.
Let's show you the colors that we have available here too. We have a really, really cool selection here. What we're looking at, you can get the black dial, you can get the gray dial, silver tone with the rose tone indices, or the silver tone with the blued indices. It doesn't matter which way you go. You've got a really, really great looking timepiece, and I kind of put that one there upside down. This is the black dial. Here you have the rose tone with the silver tone dial. Then we have the silver tone with the blued indices. Look at that. And it's a different color blue than we're used to seeing. It's almost like, you ever get like a birthday cake and it has like the icing on it in the blue where they write your name? It's like this jelly blue.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of.
It is like a jelly blue. It's I call it more of a steel blue, but jelly blue, that works for me. My grandmother used to, may she rest in peace, she used to own a bakery, and I used to go in there in the morning and watch the guys ice the cakes, and now that you mention it, that does look like the blue jelly.
Leave it to me to come up with an obscure reference like that.
It's a jelly blue, ladies and gentlemen.
And this is my favorite. This is the gray dial. If you have a lot of watches in your collection, you've got silver dials, black dials, blue dials, get something different. Get this gray dial. And I tell you, I've got a couple of watches in my collection that have gray dials, and it's really, really cool how many things that you end up wearing it with that you don't think you would. Mm-hmm. It kind of goes with everything. It's almost this putty-looking gray.
Yeah, gray does go with everything. And, another unique thing about this case is, about this watch is, as you look at it there, without thinking and without studying, would you say this is a round?
You're absolutely correct. This is a round dial. 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 This is a round di
watch or a tonneau?
You know, when I look at it, it looks like a soft square, but you've got the round bezel, the round dial.
Exactly.
It's a very unique shape.
Your first impression is, hey, that's a round watch. But you know what? On a second examination, if you look at the case is really a tonneau. And of course, the tonneau is like a pickle barrel with the sides puffed out and blown out. And if you look at it from the back, you would say, no, that's a tonneau. But from the front, you think, oh, it's a round watch because the dial's round, the bezel's round, but it's sandwiched in a tonneau case. So again, something unique. Great opportunity, great price at $149. And again, this is an example. This is another great markdown where we're reaching out. We're looking for new customers. We're looking to get customer acquisition. It's not like we're making money at this price. And a lot of prices, we're really not. We're actually losing money on some of these watches at these markdowns. But we're looking to clear out, number one, and to gain new customers, number two. You see what happens when customers start buying our watches, they buy more. And more, and we're getting tremendous feedback from our customers too.
I tell you, I get a lot of emails dealing with Stuhrling and people asking, when are we going to see another show? When are we going to see new models? Here you're looking at one of the newest models and such a fabulous price on it too. I mean, look at that dial. That dial is, and this is really what you guys are known for, is your extraordinary dial work. And here's a prime example of that, and it's $149.
Right.
3 value pays of $49. I urge everybody out there, if you're looking for a very unique, everyday wear, reliable quartz watch, this is going to be a very, very good way to go. Now, we have plenty of automatics in the hour if you're an automatic fan, but everybody does need to have a couple of quartz watches in their collection. You've got to have that one that's going to be superb accuracy you can always count on. Why not make it something unique and different instead of just a blah quartz watch?
Yeah,
make it something different.
And these are solid 316L stainless steel, Jim. They're stamped out of the blanks, and I mean it is solid 316 steel. This is not tin.
Also, you've got the dual deployant clasp on here as well, a push button dual deployant. All this at $149. Actually, you even have a very slightly curved crystal on here as well. Very, very nicely done. It's just a great overall complete package.
It is. It's a great value. It's a good example of a lot of the markdowns that we have here tonight, and we've got some more great value. But if you like the styling on this watch, you got a great price.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple.
Also coming up a little bit later on, J132911, genuine suede shark skin, big day complication, quartz accuracy, $99. We are not going to get to it. Copper gray, we have 2. Champagne and green, we have 5. Blue on blue, she go bye-bye. It's all sold out. And blue and gray is catching up now. We only have 5 remaining. Also, the rope bezel design. I know you love this one in
Ladies and
particular.
gentlemen, step right up and grab this one. At $149, I would say this is probably the dressiest watch we have here tonight. This is a very, very dressy watch for $149. First of all, it's an automatic. It's very, very simple. There's not a lot to it. It's a 3-hand movement with a date. That's it. But this will go very, very well for any kind of an evening affair, any kind of a business affair, anything dressy with a suit. This is a very dressy watch for $149. Jump on those.
And also J120862. This is another really, really great looking gentleman's timepiece at a phenomenal price. Now the silver tone is the first to go. I'm going into teen quantities on that. Behind that is going to be the black. J120862.
Now that one is the genuine moon phase I was thinking of. This is a genuine moon phase right there on that one right there, Jim,
Very
for
good.
$149.
See, and I didn't even tell you that. I'm glad he's here to back me up.
Now we're getting into the Swiss chrono, huh?
Now we were talking before the show. I said, you know what? Sometimes I'm afraid to do shows with you because I hate falling in love with a watch every time I come out here. And I mean, you have no idea how much it costs me. This one is absolutely stunning. Folks, take a look at this close-up on the wrist. And we're going to get into the detail of the bezel design, the dial work. Take a look at this. Now, this is about a 42 millimeter. This is a full-size gentleman's timepiece. Look at the dial work. Look how exquisite this is.
It's awesome. My favorite is the rose gold markers, but that one, they all look great.
Here we have that jelly blue again.
Yeah, okay. Jelly blue, steel blue, processed blue is another way you could call it. It's processed blue, but it's a Swiss movement. Some people, that's all they want. Here's the Swiss chrono, but what I like about this particular watch, Jim, is the case design. I really do. You have to look close. It's kind of got like a octagonal gasket bezel, which we matched on the back side too. I know you're going to show the back. You have the same octagonal
Yes,
design.
now you can see it right here.
Yes, it's fabulous. And then we have the same octagonal design on the back to pick up what you have on the front. So everything is kind of coordinated, and it's a classic Swiss chrono movement. You know, it'll do split times for you as well.
Yeah, here you have a Swiss set of G15 chronograph movement encased inside this watch. Let's get another nice close-up of this. Take a look at the beauty of this watch. I tell you, I did not expect to fall in love with yet another watch, but this one right here has captured my heart. This is beautiful. I mean, it's classic, and it's just got everything that you could ever want. Take a look at the crown design, the pushers. There's a lot of detail going on. Let me show you the case back as well. Now you can see it follows that same hexagonal, octagonal shape to the case back here. This is a screwed-in case back. Beautiful engraving on the case back as well.
Absolutely.
Folks, this is beautiful. I wish you could see this in person. I know it looks pretty good.
Solid timepiece for $200. It really is. Great value right there.
I know it looks pretty good on TV, but if you could see it live, I'm going to show you Larry's favorite right here.
I like the rose gold markers. It just kind of classes it up a little bit, I think. And as you can see, those aren't just printed on there. Those are all individually applied to the dial.
Let's get a nice tight shot of that.
And we have the classic dial work that we're known for. And again, our dials are done on vintage German machines that are old machines. Some of these.
Let's explore some of that, because I've gotten a lot of emails from customers going, I'm glad Larry brought that up.
Right.
For any of our new viewers here, take a listen to this.
Well, these dials, they take a long time to make. The process that goes through. First, they're cut out of. Actually, they're cut out of brass. All the finest timepieces in the world use brass dials, believe it or not. That's what they use, because you need something that can handle, that's soft enough to handle the impressions, okay? And then, of course, it's colored and so forth. But as far as the stamping goes, these are vintage German machines that are probably 40 years old. I know they're over 30 years old, and we moved those machines out of Switzerland, two of them, to our factory to do these dials. And it takes a true artisan to stamp those dials. Those dials are not just one and done stamping. Some of those dials are stamped as many as 50 times to get that effect. And there's a high loss yield ratio on these dials as well. What I've been told is that I talked to our man who runs the factory. They're throwing away literally almost 2 dials for every dial that makes it into a watch. That's how difficult they are to make without imperfections in the dial. So, we're known for the dials. Typically, you don't find these kind of dials in watches at this price point. These kind of dials are found in watches that are in the thousands of dollars. But, we have our own factory. We're able to do it, and here it is. A great dial, a great Swiss movement. It's all there for the money. It's just a question of, do you like the styling? If you like the styling, you got to get on the phone and grab it.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of viewers at home that can agree with me on this, because they go through the same thing. Sometimes watch collecting, it's an obsession, and it kills me. I mean, look at the chronograph registers here, how they're shaped to match the shape of the bezel. Look at the detail work. Yet again, I've fallen in love. This is another. I'm going to have to add this to my collection. I like the blued indices the best. Or numerals, I should say. It doesn't matter which way you go. You're getting a phenomenal timepiece. And I tell you, if I'm going to add it to my collection, you should absolutely do the same thing yourself. Now, I know this is not a brand new model, but this is the first time I've ever seen it, and it just floored me.
Well, we've kept it on the shelf for a while. We haven't shown this piece in, 3 months for sure. That much I can tell you. It's probably been more like 6 months, but
it has to have been over 6 months. This is so cool.
Yeah.
This is really, really a gorgeous watch.
And at that price, it's a great gift item too. As I told you on the last show, I gave that other Swiss chrono that we had with the skeletonized hands as a gift.
As a birthday gift,
as a bar mitzvah gift, to my friend's son. And it was a Swiss chrono movement, but the styling was a little different. I thought that one was more for a child, but I think this one is more dressy.
Oh, this is so sophisticated.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see going into a bank and talking to the bank manager, and he kind of moves his sleeve out, and boom, there you see it popping out from underneath his French cuffs.
Yeah.
I could see this so easily as a beautiful, elegant piece. because you've got the Roman numerals, because you have this classic design. But you know what? I would wear this as an everyday kind of watch. I mean, it really wouldn't matter what you're wearing. It's going to fit.
Yeah, it's great.
And here's
it's great.
the rose gold numerals right here. They're all stunning. Absolutely stunning. If I didn't have the rose gold on the Stuhrling that I own right now, excuse me, I would probably go in that direction. But I'm getting the blue. That blue is just, that is, by the way, if they last. We don't have a lot of these to go around. Keep that in mind. You're looking at a phenomenal price of $199. Excuse me, I'm sorry. $199. You are getting a Swiss Etta G15 chronograph movement inside the watch. Solid stainless steel, beautiful leather strap, dual deploying clasp. The works at a phenomenal price.
Everything in the book, Jim, everything in the book. So at that price, again, it just comes down to, do you like the style? That's all it comes down to, because it's not a question of, is it worth the money? It's a question of, do I like the style? Because it's all there.
Also, J120862, this is another gorgeous automatic timepiece. You have a day wheel, you have your animated AM/PM indicator, you have a big date complication as well. And guess what, folks? It's only $199 in an automatic timepiece.
Genuine moon phase.
Oh, that
Genuine
was the
moon phase, Jim. Yes, not the AM/PM. This is the one that I had made a mistake before, but this is the one that is the genuine moon phase. So, genuine moon phase, that's an expensive complication.
That's a very expensive complication.
And sometimes it does get confusing when we see all these watches with the sun-moon indicators, the AM/PMs, you know, to differentiate which one is a real genuine moon phase and which one is an AM/PM. This one is a genuine moon phase.
Now, in this one, 2 left in the silver tone dial only. This is your last chance to grab this while you can. Now, this is a model that you have retired, correct?
This one here, 55, yes, I 55, because our model numbers, I know our model numbers. Our model numbers are, this would be our model number 55A. But yes, that one is a retired, and there aren't a lot of those, and that's a great piece as well. If we get a chance to feature it, we're going to get into it. But here we go. Take a look at this one. I love this one.
This is gorgeous. You've got such a beautiful design on the bezel, matching up to the case back, and yes, we will most certainly show that. Let's get a nice tight shot of this.
Folks, this is one of the best values on the whole show right here. $149. You need something in your collection for when I go out, I need something dressy. This is dressy. You know, Jim, take a look at this. Do you know who said simplicity is the ultimate sophistication?
That would be Da Vinci.
Oh, you peeked. Leonardo da Vinci is right. You know, I get this email service where they send you a quote of the day, and I got this last week. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication from Leonardo da Vinci, and I really thought of it in reference to this piece. Because not that it's, I mean, you have a rope bezel, so that's not necessarily so simple, and you've got the beautiful dial, but it's a simple 3-hand movement with a date indicator at 6 o'clock. There's not a lot of, you know, bells and whistles going on, screaming at you from the dial. But
it is understated elegance.
It is so dressy. This looks so good with a suit. It is unbelievable. With a dress shirt.
Well, let's show that. Let me put it on my wrist. And we will back up just a little bit. Take a look at that. Full-size 40-millimeter diameter. And you are absolutely correct. This is a beautiful, elegant piece. But, folks, look at the dial. Look at the bezel. This is what sets it apart from everything else out there.
And it looks even better when you have a white shirt, or, you know, instead of the, you know, I'm just saying, as a dress piece, this piece will knock people out. No one will ever guess that you paid only $149 for this piece. And it's an automatic. It's an automatic. This is a super, super, super value right here tonight. You see the retail value, $500. And I think that's even a little understated. But nevertheless, it's a great price here tonight on ShopNBC.
There's your fully decorated movement. There's that rope design going around to that skirting case back.
Yeah, we always try to pick up, not always, but on a lot of our models, you will see a similar design on the back side as you do on the front side, on the top. So here it is. You have the rope design on the bottom. It's fabulous. This piece is great. And also the black, too.
Yeah, we should show the black dial, but we don't have a lot left. I have 2 dozen in the black dial. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up and bring that into the shot here.
Very dressy. I mean, this goes with a tuxedo, this goes with a suit, this goes with a dress shirt. I mean, you could wear it for casual, but, you know, then you're going to be dressing yourself up, which is fine. But I'm just saying, this is a very, very dressy watch, and it's a great, great value for the money. And by the way, just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, those are sapphire crystals front and back. on this model. This was not intended to sell for $149.
Just when you look at the workmanship, look at the detail there. You can see both the bezel and the case back in the same shot here. Look at the work even on the crown.
You know, as I've been talking about tonight, trying to reach out to new buyers and reach out to new customers and so forth, if you're at home right now and you've never bought a Stuhrling watch, you know, this is the one I want you to go for, because for $149, you're going to come in, it's like putting your toe in the water, okay? You're going to get this watch home. You are going to get so many compliments on this watch. You'll become a Stuhrling fan. You'll become a raving fan, and you'll, you know, hopefully you want to join the party. It's been like a big party this year, and this is a watch that can bring you on board, and I think you'll be very, very happy with.
What amazes me is, even at your full prices, you know, when this one was $229, folks, you've got to realize the fit and the finish is absolutely flawless on every Stuhrling timepiece out there. This will look and feel as if it was a watch that sells for much more than what we're claiming the retail is, which is, as Larry says, that's a very conservative figure. Where we get our retail from, I don't know. That is not Stuhrling's retail on this timepiece. Folks, look at the detail, the beauty of this watch. Tell me where you can find a watch with this kind of detail, this kind of craftsmanship, and that's the key word here, is the craftsmanship that goes into it at $149 in an automatic timepiece. I don't think that you're going to find anything that's going to compare.
I'll tell you, Jim, it's thanks to ShopNBC that we're able to bring it at such a low price. The value on ShopNBC, that's why I believe that the viewers of ShopNBC are very smart, because they understand the value they're getting across the board, whether it's watches or TVs or computers or even bed sheets. I bought some of those bed sheets, those 600 thread count cotton satin bed sheets. But nevertheless, it's all across the board here at ShopNBC. It's because of the unique avenue of distribution that we're able to bring these watches at these prices, work on low profit margins in one sitting to show our entire line like this, or to show, literally show our line to hundreds of thousands of customers in one sitting. Otherwise, in a retail environment, you couldn't get it for this price. You really couldn't.
I love to look at the detail that you folks add into your timepieces. There is no way, if you went to a retail store, that you would find a watch that even comes close to comparing to this watch for anything less than $1,000. It's just not possible, because everybody likes to add this huge markup to their watches. They like to, you know, well, you're going to pay for our name. You're going to pay all this money because we have a pretty name on the dial. You know what? I would much rather have a watch that is better quality and pay less money. There's another sellout right there. Congratulations to everybody that got that.
Yeah, that was a great markdown. We didn't have a lot of pieces there, and there's obviously some very wise people watching the show right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the piece, this rope bezel design. I want to urge you to call in and try. Don't forget, everything is backed up by ShopNBC's 30-day no questions asked return policy. You don't have to worry about that. Get that rope bezel piece home, try it on, see what you think of it. And if you don't like it, then send it back. But I know you won't. You're going to keep it for that price. I know you will.
And it's also backed up by Stuhrling's amazing warranty. And you guys really have phenomenal customer service.
Thank you.
You really do. I get so many, again, so many emails regarding Stuhrling. And a lot of it has to do with, you know what, customer, I had this crazy question. I didn't think anybody would take the time to answer it, but I emailed or I called and I got an immediate response. And
well, we're trying, Jim. You know, we're improving our systems now. We're improving all of our quality control. We're improving our repair systems in place. We're now sending out, you know, letters automatically when we get the repairs in to let people know the work order number and things like that. Little things that, you know, probably we don't need to talk about on the air, but there's so much that goes on off the air behind all this that people aren't aware of.
You're constantly working to better yourselves on a daily basis.
Yes, we are. We're very committed to not only improving the watches, but improving our service as well, so that, you know, we can have this one big happy family, and that's what it feels like at Stuhrling. And we're going along for this ride, and we're now improving a lot of the systems in place so that we have better communication with our customers as well.
And again, you guys own your own factories. Everything is done in-house by you, and it's supervised, you know, basically by Swiss watchmakers. It's overseen by George A. von Berg, who's a fourth-generation Swiss manufacturer himself.
Well, here we go. 49, again, my model number 49. But this is the genuine moon phase, Jim.
Look at the spiral work on that dial.
It's incredible.
It's absolutely amazing for the price that you're paying.
This is a great piece and a great value at $199. Take a look at this. And again, I keep saying genuine moon phase because, you don't get genuine moon phase pieces every day. It tells
And you don't get them at $199.
No.
It just doesn't happen.
No, a genuine moon phase is a very rare complication. It tells you when the full moon is. It's not one of those that tells you, okay, this is 1 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It tells you when the phase of the moon is coming to a full moon. Every whatever it is, every 30 days, every 31 days. I don't know. I'm not an astronomer, but how these watches figure that out, that's another thing too, Jim. When you stop and think about it, these, yes, it is a sapphire crystal. I know you're testing it there, Jim. That's another thing too. It's a sapphire crystal front and back on this piece. It has an exhibition case back. You've got the big date complication up at the top. You've got the genuine moon phase there. You've also got the day indicator and a 24-hour indicator as well, for good measure. So you've got the genuine moon phase and a 24-hour indicator on this watch.
All this wrapped up in an automatic movement under sapphire crystals, twin sapphire crystals, screwed in exhibition case back, and it's $199.98. 3 value pays of $66 is going to bring this home. This is a real gem. When you take a look at this, and you saw it on my wrist, you look at all of the detail work. Oh, look at those individually applied Roman numerals. Thank you guys for the amazing tight shots we have here. There is an astounding amount of work that goes into all of your timepieces. And again, that fit and finish, look at this. The quality is remarkable.
You see the recessed pushers there, and I really like the recessed pushers. A lot of watches, the crown controls everything. I like the pushers because with the pushers you get this, we didn't bring one tonight, one of the little Stuhrling pushers, but you push it in and it will change the day of the week or the 24, the moon phase indicator. It moves it so you don't have to try to sit there and twirl the crown. It makes it very, very easy to change the day of the week or the big date at the top. I don't know if you want to demonstrate that or not, but
I do have I can use my little pusher right here. And let's go ahead and do that. We'll show how easy it is just to set these complications very, very quickly. Here we go. All you do is, and you're going to get a very, very nice tool, by the way, with your packaging. And that's all it takes to change your date.
You see how it's changing the date? You just click away, and the little tool that we have that comes with it is made for that. Now that's moving the genuine moon phase. See how the moons are?
And there you have it. They're going into a half moon right there, 3/4 moon, and here's your full moon. All of this controlled by one simple little push of these pushers. There's one more right over here. This is to set your day wheel.
Right.
You're getting all this. I love the fact that you've got the sapphire crystal on here. What that means to you is, unless you're rubbing diamonds across the dial of your watch, you won't ever have to worry about it. It's going to look like a brand new watch forever, basically. Now, we do have to take a little bit of a break, go into our second hour. I want you to stay tuned because there's a huge, huge, huge markdown coming up on automatic watches.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. We have that automatic coming up. Don't go away. The second hour, we've got an automatic watch for only $69. It's a record setter. In our history, we've never offered an automatic for $69.
Well, there goes the surprise element. Don't forget about today's our top value, V12714, the gentleman's leather button front car coat. $69.96. Where can you find values like this except for ShopNBC? And here is the ladies' leather walking coat, $69.96. Your choice. Please remember to make our top value your top value today.
Join Chuck Clemency and ShopNBC for Gem Treasures, a dazzling display of brilliance in a brand new design. Available in either a ½ carat or 1 full carat of diamond delight. Accessorized with a new heirloom from a treasure chest of possibility. Gem Treasures on ShopNBC.
It's not just about having a great looking room or a really pretty room. It's about having an environment that reflects who you are and how you want to live. I believe that rooms not only have to look great, but they have to function for you. You really need to think about, how do I live in my home? These are very down-to-earth, livable pieces. You can actually have your family enjoy while elevating the style of your home.
Decorate European elegance here on ShopNBC. Feminine, sophisticated, beautiful. All the shimmer and shine of New York combined with rich contemporary sterling silver and platinum. Paired with the elegance of gemstones and diamonds, NYC2 is the essence of fashion at its finest. Join Chuck Clemency for a collection of jewelry designs dedicated to style. Glamour is waiting for you. NYC2, here on ShopNBC. At ShopNBC, our cosmetics family is growing, so we're celebrating your winning looks. Throughout the month of March, during each cosmetic show, we're giving away a special gift to a lucky shopper, and it could be you. Visit shopnbc.com and enter to win. Watch ShopNBC. See if you're a winner. Plus, 2 lucky shoppers receive the Ultimate Beauty Package, valued at over $500. Log on to shopnbc.com for more details. Looking good pays. Winning looks on ShopNBC.
It's an earthquake. Don't you? I have to play with these guys. Thank you guys for the amazing tight shots that we're getting tonight. You know what? We had a great first hour here, and what we're seeing in this next hour, again, it's going to be record-setting, is the lowest price ever offered by Stuhrling on an automatic timepiece. So please stay tuned for that. But right now, to let you know about a couple of shows that we have coming up a little bit later on. Charlie Lapson handbags. If you want that rich, elegant kind of South Beach look, well, here you go. This is going to be tomorrow. Kimberly Wells is going to be presenting this at 2 p.m. on Friday. Stay tuned, because Kimberly gets so excited. I love to watch her shows because she's a nut just like I am. She just gets excited. She has fun with it. And there's no telling what she may do with this bag when she gets it in her hands, because it is that gorgeous. Stay tuned for that. Also, Style at Home with Margie. Margie will be in the building with some more of her beautiful lamps. And this is going to be tomorrow at 4 p.m. And who do we have on that? Oh, that is going to be Jolene. At 4 p.m., please tune in for that. Margie's lamps sell out of here like wildfire, especially when we do like the R-Top values with her lamps. So, find out what all the excitement is all about. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get into a preview. Talk about some amazing pieces here. I'm telling you right now, get a piece of paper, get a pen, write down these item numbers, because when you see the values, when you see the markdowns, people are going to be running over each other trying to get to the phone line. So this is going to be it right here, folks. Starting off with the big bad boy, J121437. Now pay attention to that price. You're getting a 40 millimeter automatic timepiece. Yellow is sold out, by the way. This goes from $249. Are you ready for this? Gosh, I just love doing this. $69.98. This is going to completely set the phone lines on fire. 2 value pays of $34. Who wants an automatic timepiece for $34? Raise your hand. J121437. Call in right now. We have white or black remaining, and in very, very limited quantities. Also, J120876. This is the steel domed watch. I'm just going to call it the bubble style, because let's face it, that's what it is. This is the ladies version with the big date at the 3. We have black, 9 remaining, silver tone, 5 remaining, and gold tone, only 10 remaining. $79, that was the last markdown we saw on this. It's not going to get any lower, folks. Call in right now. Genuine nubuck leather strap over rubber. Extremely comfortable strap. Call in quickly. Also, J133241. This is a beautiful classic to know with, this is one of Stuhrling's most elegant dials. It's that kind of ribbon style dial. Full calendar presentation with big date at $249.96. But you know what? That price would have been amazing because you are getting a moon phase. It is automatic. But here is going to be another tremendous markdown from $249 down to $179.98. Call in quickly. It's actually funny. There's more people on the internet than I've seen in a long time. Get in there quickly, folks. 3 value pays of $60. Yes, we can see what you're doing on the internet, so don't be naughty. $179.98, J133241. It's a little delayed reaction there. Somebody just caught what I meant. Anyway, going into our next item. Again, I want you to realize on this one here, before we move on, this is a moon phase. This is a big date. This is a day of the week wheel for $179. It's automatic rose tone, silver tone black, silver tone blue. Call. My goodness, look at the calls just go up like mad on this. Maybe we should just sit here all night. And at this point, we probably will. $179, 3 value pays of $60. Now, the retail value on this is a bit askew. It's actually worth quite a bit more. Regular price was $249. Call in very, very quickly. It's a brand new markdown. Any thoughts from you, Larry?
Oh, here we go. All right, absolutely. You can't miss that watch for only $179 with the genuine moon phase. As you're right, Jim, that is one of our classic styles. It's the Frank Mueller inspired Conquistador case.
Conquistador?
Yes.
He's a conquistador.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, J132915. This was the first ladies Stuhrling, am I correct?
That is correct, Jim, and it's mother of pearl, and the quantities on this is so tiny. There's I don't even think we have 24 of these pieces. Probably.
I'll let you read it off this time.
All right, let's take a look. Black, you have 9. The red mother of pearl, 1. The pink there's none, and there's 6 blues. So on that one, there's not a lot. Just jump on it.
Speaking of limited.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go, folks. Black 2, red 3, gray 2. That is it. This is an automatic mechanical ladies timepiece with, not only is it an open heart dial, it actually has an open heart. How cute.
I have a question, Jim.
Sure.
Now we had this watch on before Valentine's Day. We did that special Valentine's shipping, if you remember. Mm-hmm. And I think there was 100 of each. There were 600 pieces, and we literally sold them out in the show. So my question to you is, we've got here 7 pieces. What is that, cancellations?
That's people that canceled their orders, but you know what? I bought too much today. I can't play anymore. It goes back into our inventory. We call them bounce backs. Or people's credit cards didn't get approved, things like that. So it goes back in our inventory for the next show.
Okay, because I know we were out of them, so I'm wondering how you have them. So that's what it is.
I was in the back fabricating watches, and over the past 2 months.
There's only 7 of those. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I had a lot of emails myself. Can you get me any more of the heart watches? And as I've told you before, Jim, once we discontinue a style or once we sell it out, that's it. We don't bring it back. We'll change it for next time. We'll do something different. I've said, no, I'm sorry, we're out of those heart-shaped skeleton watches. Well, there's 7 here. If anybody wants to call in and grab one, there they are.
There you go. Now okay, you couldn't wait for me. You couldn't wait to mark it down. Anyway, this went from $349 to $199. Automatic GMT World Timer screwed-in crown. Folks, J132747, if you're in need of a great GMT, you know what this reminds me of? I had a Jean Richard a couple weeks ago, and that's like a $1,500, $2,000 watch.
Right.
Here you get the same look, the same functionality.
I can't wait to show that watch. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing with it. It's the kind of piece that everybody wants. That you need a world timer in your collection.
It's a must. It's a
necessity. It really is. And at that price, it's got sapphire crystals, and we hope we're going to get a chance to really play with that one because that's a beautiful watch.
Also, J138796. This is a gorgeous multi-function skeletonized timepiece, skeletonized dial, as well as movement. It's $199. We sell these for $300 day in, day out. Silver tone, rose tone. We're calling black or brown. Now the brown, which is the rose tone, there is only 1 remaining. The black, I only have 3 dozen. You have to act fast.
Okay, here we go. I hope we're going to get a chance, and Jim, I know you can kind of pull some strings here, but I hope we get a chance to really spend some time on this watch, okay? Because this piece, we don't have a lot. There's only like 24 pieces, I think, available, maybe 30 pieces total. But this is a grand calendar. It's the best grand calendar that we've ever done. You have the day, the date, the month, and the year. It's inspired by Frank Mueller. This is a super, super piece, and I know that we're going to take a tremendous markdown on this.
Now here's the fun part. Rose tone I have 2, black I have 2, not for long. Blue I have a dozen, silver tone I have a dozen. Now watch this, folks. This was $499.
Call quick right now.
We sold all except for 30. Now from $499, check this out. Well, come on, guys. You were all jumping the gun before.
There it is.
$219.
There's only less than 30 pieces, Jim. So
this is going to fly. This is going to go. Calling quickly.
Yeah.
Here, let me see it live for one quick second. I want to put it on my wrist very quickly.
Oh, this is substantial.
This is what sells it because this is a big watch, and you can't see it from that picture.
This is substantial.
What is the case diameter on this?
The case on this one, it's big. Here we go. It's 35 by 45.
Take a look at this, folks. Yeah. Look at the size of that watch. Look at it's curved, by the way. It's very, very comfortable.
Oh yeah, anatomically curved. The case back end, the case is curved. The crystal is curved. Very, very thick leather band. This is a very substantial grand calendar movement here. You have the day, the date, the month, and the year. You have 4 time indices on this piece. It's called a grand calendar, and it is awesome.
Call in right now. I'm going to go ahead and take this off.
At that price, we don't have enough to go around on that one. Less than 30 pieces, and we really should even show some of the other colors. But on the other hand, we don't have a lot of pieces. So
no, this will never make it past the preview. Look at the volume of calls. This will not make it. And this one, I know, has a soft spot in your heart.
It's more than
it's cool.
It's more than a soft spot in my heart. I love this watch. I wear this watch. But the thing is, you know, I wanted to give it a rest already. I really did. We've shown it, like, I think 2 or 3 shows in a row, okay? But, you know, we made 500 of each, so we had good quantity on it. We haven't sold them out yet, but it's been such it's been such a popular seller.
The brown, I have 3. The
right.
black, I have a few dozen, and that's it.
Right, but it's been such a popular seller, they said, people love it, bring it back. Bring it back. And so here it is at the same price, $249. This one we should have started at $349. So...
Also, J138785, this is the automatic regulator with the date, with your animated AM PM indicator, your sun and moon.
Jim, don't waste too much time. We got 3 pieces, okay? That's it. Don't waste a lot of time on this one, Jim. There's 3 pieces.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this stuff just doesn't last, folks.
No.
Also, oh, check this out. Yeehaw!
What, the regulator?
2 more pieces coming up right now.
Oh.
That you're just going to go bonkers for.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed that regulator, jump in and grab it quick because there's only 3 of those left.
Now this skeleton multifunction right here, rose tone with the black strap, different than the other ones, J139156, it's $199.98. Multifunction, full calendar, skeletonized dial, skeletonized movement.
23 karat rose gold, Jim, fused on the case.
It's a steal. It's 3 value pays of $66. Call now, and I've got one more watch to show you. And this is going to be it. We're going to go straight into our hour here.
Now this is what I call the Parmigiani. It's inspired by Parmigiani. The difference, Jim, is this, okay? The difference, Jim, is instead of the rose gold case with the brown strap, it's the rose gold case with the black leather strap.
Okay, because I was looking at that going, what in the world?
Right. So, again, we brought it back because I wanted to give it a rest for a show or 2. They said, are you crazy? It's selling every show. We're doing good quantities every show, so we're going to go with it till we sold them out. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, on this particular watch that you're looking at, this one that I love, if we show it again, we'll show it again. But there's only 1,000 pieces in the world. 500 stainless steel cases, 500 rose gold cases, and that's it, okay?
You guys are so good about making limited production pieces and not bringing it back, not devaluing the ones that you had sold prior.
Exactly. And you know, I've talked to the powers that be because one of the things I want to do, yes, we do limited production all the time. We do it day in and day out. Every model we do is limited production. But I want to start making them actually limited editions where we number them. Some of our models we do have limited edition.
That's so expensive.
It is expensive, but as long as we're doing limited production anyway, we might as well go ahead and number the cases.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's just a little extra expense, and we'll do it. But whether they're numbered or not, you are getting something that is very, very collectible. Now, here we go.
You know what? We've already sold half of our quantity during the preview.
On this one? Well, ladies and gentlemen, step right up, $69. And, I don't know what happened. We had a couple pieces of the yellow. How in the world could those couple of pieces sold out before the preview, Jim? They're not allowed to sell them before the show.
People are very, very savvy on the internet. People find the item number. They grab it before it ever airs.
All right, so there's no more yellow, but here, Jim's wearing the black.
Size of this. This is 40, you know what? This is 44 millimeters. This is huge.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with this right off the bat. Number one, you got a sapphire crystal, okay? Sapphire crystal, $69, sapphire crystal, let's move on. But no, let's not move on. The point I'm saying is that would be enough for $69. Now, let's throw in the fact that it's an automatic watch. You got an automatic with a sapphire crystal, $69. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this trying to get new customer acquisition. We're not making money on this watch. We're losing money on this watch. We don't have that many. We had like 140. We're less than 50. 50% of the stock on this piece has already gone. If you're trying to find a piece to come in and join the Stuhrling party, this is it for $69. A Stuhrling automatic for $69. And then 2 value pays, for crying out loud?
You know
Are
what?
you kidding me?
If you want an automatic watch with a beautiful look to it, magnificent presence, huge and heavy, I love the crown. Sapphire crystal, automatic. Folks, for your first payment of $34.99. Can you even believe it?
Yeah.
Not in any way.
And Jim, this is a custom rubber strap, by the way. I mean, it's a rubber strap. You can see the design on it. It has the square design pattern cut into it, and we have the square pattern design cut into the dial, and then we also do that on the back of the case as well. So it's got the same theme throughout, with this square pattern. But also,
I want to show that crown.
Yeah, and the crown is very unique. I've never seen another crown like it. Have you?
I don't believe that I have, sir.
It looks like some kind of a drum or something. But the point I'm making here is on that
close-up. Thanks, guys.
And look at the gasket-style bezel. Okay, very unique. It's kind of an octagonal. It is an octagonal, but if you count those little edges, then it's even more than 8-sided. But you have like this octagonal, what I call a gasket style. I made that up because it looks like a gasket. Okay. On top of this octagonal case. It's inspired by, of course, Audemars Piguet. If you've ever seen their cases, they have a case that's similar to this, not exactly. And, of course, we've made it our own with this particular dial and look and everything. And you do have the date aperture at 430, which is kind of nice. It gives it a little different appeal to it. But what's the point in describing all these beautiful things about this watch? The phone lines have lit up like crazy, Jim. Take a look at that.
We're almost sold out completely, so you must call in right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to be fast on the internet on this one because it looks like the phone lines are, if you're on hold, please be patient. We'll be right to you. But again,
it's also a hacking movement, by the way. When I pull out the crown, the second hand does stop, which allows for more precise timekeeping because you can set it down to the second to the atomic clock.
The phone lines have just exploded, Jim. And I don't blame them. For $69, that's what we intended to do. And, of course, before the show we came in here tonight, I was saying, let's start off the first hour with this one. And you guys said, no, let's wait for the second hour. But you guys were right.
We've got to keep them around.
You guys were right, and I was wrong, okay? Because the phone lines are going crazy. I said, let's start the first hour with that one.
See, he was afraid all you guys would have fallen asleep. Congratulations on that.
Well, there was only 7 pieces, so there were 7 people who got what they missed out on, I'm sure.
Or one person that bought all 7.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. But you know what?
Wardrobe.
If you missed out on this heart skeleton, hopefully we'll get a chance to go back to the other lady's skeleton with the 6 colors because it's the same movement, Jim. It's the same movement. It's instead of the heart, what it is you have the mother of pearl dial with the off-center cutout. It's fabulous. If you missed it in the first hour, we'll bring it back. And now, here we go again. We have a lot of people on the phone lines, Jim, and it's perfect timing for this piece. This is the ladies.
By the way, one second. We have such a gigantic hold in the phone rooms right now. I must implore you to use ShopNBC.com, use automated ordering. You cannot get through at this point. You must use one of those 2 options. Dave, can you give me a quick update on the quantities here on that first item? Because I think the Silvertone dial was about to sell out. If you want the Silvertone dial, you must use automated ordering or you must use ShopNBC.com right now or you will not get it. There's a lot of people on hold. There's a lot of people on the phone line, so please use those two options.
And while you're on the line, folks, add this one. We don't have a lot of quantity on this. We have maybe 20 pieces. If you were with us 3 weeks ago, Jim, this was the piece you might remember that we found a box of about 100 pieces, okay? The ladies' Corum, oh, it's not a Corum bubble. It's inspired by Corum, okay? Everybody knows the famous Corum bubble. Ours is the Stuhrling bubble, okay? But nevertheless, we had about 100 pieces after we sold several thousand of them. We brought them in here 3 weeks ago. We sold about 80. So there's only about 20 pieces left. They're here in this show tonight at only $79.
We have black 9 remaining, silver tone we have 2, and gold tone we have 6. And folks, that is gonna be it.
And then for good measure, Jim, we scrounged through the warehouse, okay, and we found about 24 pieces of the men's bubble. And you know what? We were going to put them in at $99. We said, what the heck? Let the men's bubble go for $79 too.
What the heck?
It's twice as big. I don't know if we can pop it in here, but you can have the ladies' bubble for $79 or the men's bubble for $79. It's big. And I'll tell you, it's a great, great value at $79 on that men's. It's got the big date and everything. And you know, another thing about this watch, Jim, that, you know, take a look at the clasp on this.
I will certainly do so.
Take a look at this clasp.
We'll show it to the audience.
This clasp is phenomenal. Okay, if we had the men's is even bigger. It's the same idea. But, you know, you can go on the internet, Jim, and you can type in Yahoo or something like that, dual deployant clasp. Okay, here's a beautiful butterfly clasp. And you can actually purchase, you know, generic butterfly clasps for your watches. You've seen all these websites that
between $35 and $50 a piece.
You've seen them, okay? But I would challenge anybody, including you, Jim, okay, to go online and find this clasp. Now, obviously, this is custom made for us. It has our indication on it, but nevertheless, without our indication, find a generic clasp like this. I spent a couple of hours on the internet at least trying to find this clasp. Yeah, that one is gone. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Obviously, you saw the value, so we know you're out there. And that one was a lot of fun.
That was a steal.
Yeah, we burned through about 150 pieces.
You know, this is another steal. The last time we did this,
yes,
the phone lines went nuts for this watch right here. By the way, update: black we have 8, silver tone we have 2, and gold tone there's only 3. $79.98. Take a look at it here on our model's wrist. And, you know,
the point I was getting at, Jim, well, the point I was getting at with that clasp is that clasp alone is probably worth $79. I couldn't find it generically. Obviously, we had it custom made for us. But if you open it up, what you'll notice is that both ends are fitted into the end of the clasp. It's not one of those typical ones where one end is fitted and you have to strap through the
because
other.
we're dealing with rubber.
Is that what the reason is?
That would be the reason why, because this is a rubber bracelet, a rubber strap, and over on top of that, you have the nubuck leather as a lining over it, so you have that luxury look and feel, but you have the solidity and that extreme comfort of the rubber. And this is the only way that you can actually affix rubber into a strap is to work with a pin system in this fashion.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I mean, again,
a lot of workmanship to it.
Try to find that clasp generically, and if you can, send me the link, folks. Send it to Jim; he'll forward it to me. But if you find it, Jim, I'd like, because I looked at several websites that sell clasps, and I could not find that clasp like that with both ends like that, butterfly like that.
And with all, you know, folks, you've got to realize you're looking at watches here at the greatest prices ever presented. By the way, black 3 left. Silver tone 2 left, everything else is gone. We're going to call this a sellout.
5 pieces left on this, and there's a lot of people on the phone. If you can't get the ladies, tell them you want the men's. Do we have the J number for the men's?
Another sellout.
Well,
everything is selling out, folks. This is what I'm saying.
There goes
you must be on the line.
The grand calendar is gone. But J121181 is the men's, Jim, and we've got about 24 of the men's. If they sell out on the ladies' bubble, take the men's, even if you're a lady. And for the guys, we're doing it at the same price, $79. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to show it on the show tonight. But J121181, Jim.
Also, J133241. Is this what we're going to next? Absolutely. This is a classic look by Stuhrling. We've shown this many times, and every time we do, we get a huge response from it. Just gorgeous. I'm going to pick up my favorite once again, the
Well,
the blue numerals.
I'll tell you what, at this price, this one should fly. You know, that last one that just sold out, that what I call the grand calendar with the 4 indicators,
Sure.
you know, that was inspired for us by Mueller. You know, I don't mind saying it because it was inspired. But of course, we make it our own. We're not trying to knock off or make it look just like theirs, but it is a similar look because of the case. Well, guess what? This is also inspired by Frank Mueller, but instead of the the what we call the Long Island style, this one is the Conquistador case with the
Conquistador.
Yes, but that's their name for it. That's not our name for it, but it's inspired by their Conquistador case. It's a beautiful elongated tonneau shape with the step case. It's gorgeous.
Whoa, everything's just flying out the door.
Now, again,
here.
if you missed out on this ladies' bubble, buy the men's bubble. J121181. It's the men's, and we're doing it at the same price, $79. Don't miss that.
There's only 2 left in the silver tone of the gents, by the way.
Okay, on this particular one?
No, on the one you're speaking of, the gents bubble.
Oh, really? We had like 25 pieces.
Well, because people know they navigate that website and they snag them.
We never even showed it.
See, that's the good thing about having these shows. We sell lots of stuff.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this piece. This is just a tremendous, tremendous piece. This is a genuine moon phase. The look is elegant. The look is class. This is the kind of watch, again, you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it applies to this one too. Wear this watch with a $300 suit and it'll make it look like a $10,000 suit. It really does. It dresses, you know, I've said it before, but clothing dresses up the man, but a watch defines who you really are, okay? And this watch right here will get you looks and looks. It dresses you up like almost no other watch. It's, as you call, the ribbon style dial. It's very, very elegant, very dressy. You have a genuine moon phase on this watch. A moon phase, ladies and gentlemen, for $179. Jump on the Stuhrling bandwagon right now. Join the party. Join the fun.
There's a party? I miss all the good parties.
This is like an ongoing party. 2005. It's Stuhrling 2005.
Was it only for the cool people or what?
Huh?
Was it only for the cool people or what?
Well, you know what? If it is, you're at the top of the list, Jim.
Oh, listen to this.
Come on.
You need to come back more often.
Well, come on. You're giving me advice on, well, let's not go there.
Yeah, we don't want to go there on the air.
No, we don't want to go there, but I do appreciate that advice, by the way, and I'm going to try to implement some of that advice. Before the show, Jim, you know...
we don't have... No,
Jim
we're
gave
not
me
gonna
a
go
nice
there. We're not gonna go
shrinking lesson, okay? He shrunk me pretty good. But anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, on this particular piece, the rose tone, I do have the most quantity, but silver tone black, I have 3 dozen. Silver tone blue, I have 3 dozen. Folks, you must call in quickly. You've seen, what, 5 sellouts already during this hour?
Jim, an anatomically curved case in crystal, $179. A genuine moon phase, $179. Okay, rose gold fused, 23 karat rose gold fused, $179. It's a big date complication, $179. Crystal front and back, $179. Everything about this watch just screams. You know what our MSRP on this piece is? I don't know what ShopNBC's retail is, but our MSRP coming out of the chute was $999, a $1,000 watch, okay? That's our MSRP. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity to see what we're talking about.
Look at the dial. Look at the work, the craftsmanship, the high degree of skill it takes. And for those that did not tune in for last hour, can you tell us again about the workmanship and the machinery used for these dials?
Yes. Absolutely. These dials are stamped almost as many as 50 times. Some dials 40 times, some 50, 45, 46, whatever. But they're stamped numerous times by old vintage German machines, okay? And those machines were moved from Switzerland to our factory. It's a Swiss-run factory, all Swiss engineering, Swiss craftsmanship, very strict Swiss supervision without the high price tag of the Swiss label.
Which is overseen by?
By George von Berg, who was a 4th generation watchmaker, yes. And I have his catalog here if you ever want to see it. I've never showed it to you.
Oh,
yeah.
No. I have enough watches.
But nevertheless, he's our partner. He's our president of European operations, and we partnered with him, and he runs the factory. So we know we're in good hands there, and that's where you're seeing all this quality come into play. And by the way, that brings up another point, too.
Sure.
Real quickly, you know, I've been with the company now for maybe about 4 months, okay? And you've been here, I don't know how long, a year, whatever you've been here, but Stuhrling goes back to, I guess, maybe a couple of years. And in the beginning, when Stuhrling first started, not everything was made in our factory under that Swiss supervision, okay? And so in the early days of Stuhrling, you know, my understanding is there were a lot of customers here on ShopNBC that immediately bought into our brand and bought our watches and so forth, and maybe they didn't have a perfect experience. But I want to use this opportunity right here, right now, to invite those people, if you did have a negative experience 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, come back on board, try us again. This would be a good model because our quality, Jim, has stepped up 100-fold with our own factory. It's
and you
not
guys
the same.
work so hard with
Yes.
your customers too.
Yes, and so I would say if you were one of those people that didn't have a good experience, well then give us another chance. I mean, you always are backed up by ShopNBC's 30-day money-back guarantee policy.
And do it at this price, folks. I mean, it's $179. You cannot go out anywhere, buy a watch with this kind of fit and finish, this detail, this dial work, get yourself an automatic movement with a big date, a moon phase, a GMT scale, and also a day of the week wheel. All of this being operated by an automatic movement at $179. It doesn't exist anywhere. You've also got 3 value pays of $60. Capitalize on those. Those are there for your convenience. There is no interest. All you do is call up, say, I want this J133241, here's the color. I want to only pay $60 for it. They're going to charge you $60 plus your shipping, and that's it. It's going to get shipped out to you. After that, it's going to automatically come out on you. Any major credit card, interest-free, no worries. Take advantage of it. It is there for your convenience.
You're going to love that watch, folks. Here we go. Now, on this lady's watch, do we have any of these left?
Very, very limited on this, by the way.
This is the Stingray strap. Okay, so we have less than, we got about a dozen and a half or so. So on this one, just jump on it. It was our first ladies' watch ever.
Black, we have 7. Red, we have 1. And blue, we have 6. That's it.
Genuine mother of pearl dial for $99. And a sapphire crystal.
Can't beat that.
Sapphire crystal, mother of pearl dial, and a Stingray strap.
Now check this out. This is the multifunction skeleton. J138796, black only remaining. $199.98. And if you wanted the brown but it's sold out because you wanted the rose tone, we do have a rose tone version on a black strap. Do we have that one up, Dave? Can we do that? It's the same watch, rose tone, but with the black strap. And I'm not getting any response.
Well, if we have a chance to get into
here it
this
is right here.
Thank you.
J139156, $199. So if you wanted the rose tone but it's sold out, get it right here on the black strap.
It's a great skeleton watch. It's got the 4 sub dials. This is one of those rare skeleton watches that's actually easy to read the time. And
Absolutely it is.
And of course it's inspired by Chrono Swiss.
And we also have J138896, a brand new model for Stuhrling. You're looking at $249.99. You're getting a day and date. And just a very elegant case, very elegant dial all the way around. It's a beautiful, beautiful timepiece. But now we're going to talk about
the world
where
timer.
form meets function. We're going to get into a serious functional automatic timepiece that you're just going to fall in love with. Take a look at this. Take a look at the price. This went from $349 to $199. Now, what is so special about this watch?
Well, first of all, right off the bat, what's so special is that you can basically know the time all around the world. How many watches are you going to tell you that? Now, sure, if you live in LA, you know, you get used to the fact that, well, New York is 3 hours ahead of us. You know, Chicago is 2 hours ahead of us. You know the basic ones. But do you know right off the bat what time it is in London? Do you know what time it is in Hong Kong? Right
Nope.
off the bat?
Have no idea.
I mean, if you know somebody over there. Now, obviously, if you don't have anybody or any ties around the world or the globe or you do any traveling, you may say, well, then I don't need it. But you know what? It's still nice to have as a conversation piece anyway. But you need a world timer if you want to see how this works. The crown at the 9 o'clock position, okay, is the one that controls, and you got to come in super tight on this, folks, to see all the names of the cities around the world, okay? And we could explain how it works. It's very simple. You see Los Angeles right there. You see Denver, Chicago, New York. That's your United States. Caracas, Rio de Janeiro. Okay, you can tell the time all over the world. If you want to actually demonstrate how that works, right now, let's say it's 1 o'clock. I mean, if you have it set at 1:30, right? It's also, by the way, a second time zone watch as well. You have a date aperture at 4:30. Right now, what you're turning, Jim, that hand that you're turning is actually for a second time zone, okay? That red hand that Jim is turning around right now is for the second time zone. So you can set a home zone of LA and a second time zone of New York. But now if you want to talk about the world timer, right now Jim has the clock set at 1:35. So let's say it's 1:35 in Los Angeles. Okay, what you want to do is you're going to want to turn.
I actually want to take this back out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to want to turn the 9 o'clock bezel to the 1 o'clock position on the outer dial. You see where you got on the numbers on the very outside?
I can't read it because we backed up a little bit, so I can't read the bezel.
No, yeah, you can. It says 1, 2, 4. See, okay, put the Los Angeles indicator on the 1.
Where did Los Angeles go? Am I going the right direction? See, I can't see. I can't read it.
You can't read that. You can't read the names. Okay.
Okay, where are we at? Here's London, so we want to go this direction.
Folks, jump on the phone and grab this while we're explaining it, so you don't miss it. But if you
There's LA.
Where's LA?
Right there, Los Angeles.
Okay, now you've got it on 2. Set it on the 1. Okay.
There we go.
All right, so now Los Angeles is on 1 and it's 1:35. Now you want to know what time it is in Chicago. What does it say? 3. So it would be 3:35. You see that? 2, 3, 4. So right now in Chicago, it's 3:35. Let's kind of turn the watch itself.
Now you have New York, which is, we have 4:35. Let's go to something entirely different.
So when it's 1:35 in LA, well, we just kind of cut away there.
Yeah.
You almost had it. All right.
Paris would be 10:35.
Paris is 10:35.
We also have, Moscow. You know Moscow? It is 12:35.
That's right.
I had no idea.
So it's a world timer, okay? You use the outer wheel and the 9 o'clock crown to be able to tell the time all over the world.
Let's show both of the dials that we have here available. And, I think it's great. I love to take the time and demonstrate all the different complications for everybody at home because sometimes, you just don't have time to do it. I'm glad that we took the time tonight to do that because a lot of people email me and go, how do I use this world timer I got? So I have to email it. And it's much more difficult to try and explain in an email than it is right here demonstrating it live.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that opportunity.
No question, no question. We have a silver dial and a black dial, as you can see. But also keep in mind, you have sapphire crystals, front and back on this. This is not, your mineral. This is sapphire. You also have an automatic movement. So you have sapphire crystals, automatic movement on a world timer. You've got a second time zone here. You've got a date indicator at the 4:30 position. I mean, this watch is a tremendous value at $199. And
really
again,
is.
something that everybody should have in their collection is a world timer. You want to give a nice gift to somebody that does a lot of traveling or something like that, give them a world timer. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen, for $199.
I like the fact that you do have the genuine GMT hand on there. You can offset this to any other time zone. If again, if right now, let's see, what did we say it was in Paris, it's 10:35. If you want to always have that time offset by those 8 or 9 hours, you can set that in that separate hand to that time zone. It will automatically track that for you along with your home time zone. Here is your automatic movement, as you can see through the back here.
Awesome, just awesome. And look how you see the screw down exhibition back. That's more money. But look how the bezel is beveled on the top. It's beveled and polished. And then of course you have the side of the case, which is kind of the matte satin finish. Very stylish. You see the flange on the inside with all the cities around the world. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece.
It's $199.
Fabulous. And, ShopNBC steps up with the value pays again. I'm getting addicted. I bought the Jim Peterson's computer system that he's been pumping all week on the value pays. I bought an LCD TV. I bought those satin bed sheets. I'm going crazy. Are
you pimping out the house? Is that what you're doing?
I'm telling you, the value pays get me every time.
You're making a real bachelor's pad there. The LCD TV, you got the sheets all ready to go?
Well, they're nice sheets. $64. I mean, 600 thread counts. I mean, I had to go for it with those value pays. I had to get 2 sets, and I got the upgrade with the pillowcases.
And it beats doing laundry. Every time you need bed sheets, just buy new ones.
But it just goes to show you the value here on ShopNBC is amazing. And we're very, very proud of our affiliation with ShopNBC. And we're proud to be, part of the family of products here on ShopNBC. And we think we're doing our part, too, on the value.
And here we go. This is going to be your last look during these. Wow, I guess we're going to do 2.5 minutes. That's we have a long clock on this one.
Well, we still have people on the phone, Jim.
We have a lot of people on the phone lines. We have less than 2.5 minutes remaining for you to capitalize on this phenomenal deal. Again, you do have, I'm going to show you on the silver tone dial here. Let me go ahead and undo all this. Here you have your inner rotating bezel, which is going to be your world timer. You just set that up, and then you also have the completely independent, whoops, let's do this. Push it back in a little bit. Completely independent GMT hand, which will track a secondary time zone. That's all it takes. Take a look at how it follows it around very, very easily. You set it to where it needs to be. It will automatically track that. And this is an automatic movement that's powering all of this.
And it's got the butterfly clasp on there, Jim. You know, it's beautiful.
Here you go.
Everything about it is just great. And, you know, and for the price. Genuine.
Where are you going to find a watch that does all this price with sapphire crystals at a full-size 40-millimeter case diameter? You know what?
I'll tell you
not
where,
going to.
on ShopNBC. That's
absolutely.
ShopNBC. So, you know,
only we could do this.
You know, I see we have a lot of people on the phone on this one, so obviously it must be going, or maybe they're still trying to call in and get that automatic that got away that sold out, you know. But if we get a chance, Jim, and we could talk more about this one too, but if we get a chance, I would love to bring back that lady skeleton watch from the first hour, because
I don't know if we have the availability to do that, but we can, now that we've said it, we'll check on it.
You know, I'm not trying to pressure anybody. I'm just asking because obviously there's a lot of people up with us right now. You saw what happened when we put that $69 automatic up, and maybe they missed the skeleton watch in the first hour of the ladies, the 6 colors, because to me, coming on the heels of that heart watch and the skeleton and all the audience that's out there, that is a surefire winner. I just know it is, and I want everybody to have a shot at that piece.
Yeah, a lot of times we have folks that'll watch the second hour, may have missed the first hour. It's a great idea. Now remember on this one, it's $199. Sapphire crystals, 40-millimeter case diameter. You have your date between the 4 and 5 position. Automatic movement. Remember that, folks. Actually, I've hacked this one. Let me go ahead and start that one again. You're getting a GMT hand. You're getting a rotating inner bezel for your world timer. All of this, man, the price, it's $199.
Look how gorgeous this watch is too, Jim. I mean, when this is on your hand, I mean, you feel like an airplane pilot or something. You know what I mean? This is like a professional watch.
This
right
is
here.
a professional's watch, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
Solid 316L stainless steel construction and a genuine leather strap with the contrast stitching. You know, it encompasses everything that a traveler would need in a single timepiece. But we are going to move on, go into something a little bit different now.
Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. I really do. This watch right here, 6 colors. It's a ladies' watch. It's the same skeleton movement, the same automatic movement, I should say, that we used in the skeleton watch for the heart cutout for Valentine's Day, which we had 7 pieces on this show that sold out. We brought them back here tonight. Mother of pearl dial. I love the colors. That's the key. This is a ladies' watch, and if you're thinking about gifts for Mother's Day, I know it's early, but you'll be getting it at the end of this month or first week of April. We're making this an early entry into the Mother's Day fracas here. Jump on that one at $149. Thanks, guys, for showing it. I really do appreciate it. But that hot pink and that tanzanite color are just, they're going to fly. They're going to fly. Jump on that one. Take my word for it. Try it. I'm sure you have women in your lives that you want to buy gifts for, and ladies, if you're watching the show, you're up this late, get one for yourself, treat yourself. It's a fabulous watch. You're going to love it.
And here's the one that, well, this is slightly different than the one we're getting ready to go into. This is J139157. This is the rose tone with the black strap. $249.99, 3 value pays of $83.33. You get a day and date. And the one we're going to go into right now, and actually I think the rose tone is sold out in the one that we're going into right now.
Right.
So I'm going to move that.
Yeah. You know what we tried to do when we sent in the, we call it a proposal, but nevertheless, when we sent it in, we tried to actually add that one to the same J number, and they informed us that we couldn't do it. So they had to make a separate SKU or a separate J number for it. But it is the same. It's
Same
the same
watch, different strap.
But it's the rose gold with the black band instead of the brown band. We sold out of the brown band. Only 1,000 pieces in the world of this piece, and I think we're down to less than 200 total, whether it be rose gold or stainless steel. This is an incredible piece. As everybody knows by now, I wear one of these. I've got the rose gold version. This piece was inspired by the Parmigiani case, but their watch looks nothing like ours, and ours looks nothing like theirs. It's got the great dial, and of course, the date complication. I call it a roulette style because every other number, you have black, white, black, white. Now, when it gets to the first of the month, Jim, I don't think I ever mentioned this before, but the number 1 is red.
I didn't really. You know, I want to go ahead and scroll through that so we can see
Yeah, you don't
that.
believe me?
Oh, I believe you. I just want to make sure everybody else can see
You don't believe me. Come
I
on.
believe everything you say
I don't
because you are the man.
Yeah, you are the man. You don't believe a word I say, but that's okay, Jim. I believe you, all right? Anyway, folks, this is a gorgeous watch. I have gotten so many compliments on mine. You see the one is red?
That is so cool.
You know why the one is red?
You tell me.
Because if it lands on one, you lose. No, I'm kidding. You know how in roulette, if it lands on the green, you lose?
Yeah.
Unless you bet on the zeros. But no, the reason why, if you stop and think about it, yes, that'd be great. Every month has either, 30 days or 31, except February, which has 28, except in the leap year. But nevertheless, there's 30 or 31. So the date wheel has to accommodate the 31-day months, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you can't have an odd number. Think about that. You can't have an odd number of black, white, black, white, black, white. If there's an odd number, eventually somewhere there's got to be 2 blacks in a row. Or 2 reds in a row, or 2 whites in a row. So by sticking a red on the number 1, that tells you it's the first of the month. It's the month, that's all. But now it takes it down from 31 to 30. You see, because the one number is red, the other 30 are black and white. You don't have that conflict where there's 2 in a row.
You guys are thoughtful in every respect.
I haven't seen another date complication like it. It's very, very unique. This is a tremendous dressy piece.
Let's back up just a little bit so we can show the case.
Yeah, it's inspired by Parmigiani, and I'll tell you, ours is gorgeous. You know, the case is similar to theirs. Their watch looks completely different than ours, and they have some beautiful, beautiful pieces. They're a top watchmaker.
I love the lugs on this.
Yes, solid stainless steel. This is a piece that you've heard us talking about it for a couple of shows now, and you also have noticed there hasn't been a markdown on this, and I don't think there's going to be because of the fact that...
There doesn't need to be.
Well, because we've been selling them like crazy, but also we made a boo-boo. We were supposed to start this piece at $349. We came out of the chute at $249.
You know, that's right. I forgot about that.
That's right. We made a mistake. It was our mistake. And so we stayed with it, obviously. We're not going to raise the price, you know. So in a way, it is a markdown. And the retail value on this is much, much higher than what you see there. But nevertheless, there it is. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and grab it. Just grab it. All right. Now, are we going to...
I don't know. Did we?
Well, I was hoping that we were going to be able to get into that ladies' watch over there, but that's okay. We can stay on this one all night long. I love this watch. I don't wear 100 different watches like you do, Jim.
Oh, actually, she's prepping it right there. It's coming out.
I know.
Rock and roll.
Well, I see it. That's why I was talking about it, because I see her getting it ready. But, you know, Jim wears like a different watch every single day, folks. He really does. Every time I see him, and tonight he wore one of my favorite Stuhrlings, and he's talked about it many times, and he did it because of the Stuhrling show, I guess. But I don't wear different watches every day like Jim does, but I have a few that I wear. This is one that has...
You're not as sickly obsessed as I am.
No, I am. I'm obsessed. But in any case, not necessarily with watches. But anyway, what I'm saying is, no, seriously, this is one that I wear because I love it. I love the style. And it also, when you get compliments on a watch, it reinforces your love for that watch. I knew there was a reason I like this watch, you know, and so you continue to wear it. And this is a watch, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to impress...
You're going to get stares with this.
If you're looking to impress, this is a watch that will do the job. Whether you're trying to impress in business or anything. Anything. You want to impress ladies for the job, you want to, for whatever, this will do the job. It's that good. So, you know, jump on it. It's one of our best sellers, and there's only 1,000 in the world, folks. 500 of the rose gold and 500 of the stainless steel, and we're down to under 200 pieces total. In fact, on the stainless steel, well, we do have a little over 100 on the stainless steel. So,
yeah, you know, we just don't have enough left at this point to stay on this. We must move on. Stay on the line for this because you need to see this watch. And we haven't talked about the packaging at all. The packaging, I don't know why we don't ever show the packaging because your packaging never changes. It is absolutely stunning.
That was kind of a backhanded compliment right there. You know, you're saying it's stunning, but it never changes. Which
No, we're not allowed to show packaging because if it changes, it messes with people. People are expecting one thing, they get
we
the other.
actually do
But
have
yours stays the same.
It does stay the same.
Continuity.
And we actually talk about continuity. We actually do have a change coming in that packaging. It's the same look, it's the same box, but we've made it a little different color. We made it a little different material. But it's the same basic box that you're talking about that's gorgeous. And we should be into the new boxes, I think, no later than June, maybe in May. So it's going to be awesome. But our presentation we're very proud of our presentation. Here we go.
Here's
right
the pink
up.
that you fell in love with right there. There's the black mother of pearl,
Take a
which
look
I
at-
fell in love with.
Take a look at that orange color. How would you describe that orange? It's not a peach. It's not a tangerine.
You know what? It's tang.
Tang? There you go. You know, you're right. That looks like Tang. I'm talking about the Tang that you drink, Jim. Now,
That's
come
what-
on.
Tang. It looks like the lid from Tang.
It does.
That's what it looks like
The
to me.
powder. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You know, did you ever watch Married with Children?
All the time.
And he would eat the Tang sandwiches?
Oh my God, I missed
Just
that
pour the
one.
powder on the bread.
I didn't see that one. No, but ladies and gentlemen, step right up. This is a must. Everybody should jump on the phone line. Look at that. I call that a sand color. I think you're calling it the gold tone with the white dial. But,
Yes.
But I call it a sand. That band is kind of a camel or sand color.
It's very attractive, very unique.
It's gorgeous. And with spring coming up, that is a great color for spring because it goes with everything. And it's got the rose gold case. It's awesome. I am partial to the hot pink. In fact, you know, I told the guys at the shop, you know, when they put the inventory quantities in for ShopNBC to reserve one of the hot pinks up for my daughter. I know she's not up watching the show. She doesn't watch me. She doesn't care. But nevertheless, I want to
There's
get
that beautiful
I want to get
orange.
the
Let me
hot
show the
pink for
case
Phyllis.
back.
Yeah, that's the orange. This is, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, for a ladies' watch, ladies are usually end up getting the short end of the stick. You know, with these fashion watches that are kind of you know, inexpensive or what have you. Here you're getting a very technical timepiece. Okay, you're getting an automatic watch, a skeletonized movement. Look at that rotor. You can see right through the rotor. It's hand engraved, as you can see. A lot of workmanship. You're getting a mechanical piece. Okay, and it's a skeletonized movement. And on the dial, it is a mother of pearl. This is not just a piece of brass. This is a mother of pearl dial, folks.
Look at where your crown is, too. You've got the crown at the 4 o'clock position, which is very, very unique. Ladies, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous timepiece. Let's pull back and show the other colors as well. If you want to know my favorite, it's going to be this one. Oh, wait, I grabbed the wrong one. Where's the other rose tone? The rose tone black. That black mother of pearl is literally stunning. Look at the colors that it captures. That is so rich looking. I mean, I'm telling you, this is amazing.
It is amazing, and you know, we're starting to get to know each other a little bit. And you kind of know my taste, and I kind of know your taste. I could have predicted that would have been your favorite one. I really could have. In fact, I think I did say it back in the office. Jim's going to like this one, but I still go for that hot pink and what I'm calling the tanzanite color. I'm partial to gemstones and what have you. And by the way, ladies, next show, well, I don't know if it's the next show, but coming up, we've got some watches in the works right now with gemstones in the watches, natural gemstones. It's going to be awesome. So this is a kind of a preview of what's to come, and we came into it in a typical Stuhrling fashion. I want everybody out there that can hear my voice right now to pick up the phone. It's the end of the show. We're coming down to the wire here. Jump in on this one. Grab this one, please. It's on the value page for 50 bucks. Bring it home. Try it on for size. Kick the tires. You know, see if you like it. If you don't, send it back. But I know you won't. In fact, this is the kind of piece that you could literally buy 3 or 4 of them, wear them for different occasions, or buy 3 or 4 and stick them away for gifts. You know, I know it's probably too early to start talking about Christmas, but when you see something like this, you're going to get tremendous response from this watch. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. You're going to feel like $1 million. And can you show the tanzanite color?
Yeah, sure. Let's
see if I'm crazy. Well, we know I'm crazy, but as far as I'm calling...
That's beside the point.
That's besides the point. You're right, Jim. But no, the color. Would you call that blue or purple?
I would definitely say it was blue. There's.
Well, now you're looking at the mother of pearl dial, but I'm talking about the band.
Yeah, the strap, it's a very rich royal blue. But we can say purple if that makes you happy. It's
Well,
okay.
that's why I go for tanzanite, because tanzanite is bluish purple.
Well, there you go. That's
Anyway.
that's a very good way of describing it.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, I hope everybody out there is taking my advice. I do see a lot of people on the phone right now, so the phone lines are lighting up on this one, and I thank you for that. Thank you all very much. Try one, see if you like it, give it as a gift, give it to yourself. It's stylish, it's technical, and it's gorgeous.
There's a stunning amount of work. Look at the movement inside there. You can see everything running while you're wearing the watch. This is great. Let's put in a couple of things here. We have the mainspring right over here, which actually needs to be wound a little bit more. There we have the center wheel. Where's the third and fourth wheel? Can we get to that? I can't get the lighting just right to show them. They're going to be right down here. You're seeing part of the regulation process here. Here you have one part of the pallet fork. This is actually the exit fork here. This actually has a ruby jewel inside. What this is doing, it's slowing down the unwinding of this mainspring so that it gives proper regulation of time. Your regulation process is all right here. There's your balance wheel oscillating back and forth. There's a jewel in the center of that. That's actually your shock protection. I think we could see a couple more jewels from the front here. Maybe not. They're all going to be seen from the back. Absolutely stunning movement. When you take a look at this, it's all beautifully engraved.
I love that orange.
Beautifully decorated.
I love the orange.
Look at all this. There is
not everybody can wear orange, by the way. That takes kind of a bold personality to wear orange. It really does.
I love the skeletonized rotor, too. Look at that.
You know, I know we're running out of time, Jim, and we're not going to have, this is probably going to be our last model. Is that what we're being told? Okay. But I would like to at least tell everybody the J number for this one. We never even got to it. The one that I wore tonight, I love this piece, and at least tell them the J number on it.
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can get a shot of this, and if you do, it's going to be upside down, but it's J139150. Take a look at that online. It's $199. It's a men's, it's got the brigade hands, and I love this piece. I love the color of the dial here. There it is. You see it upside down because I'm actually wearing it.
That's what we're calling the vintage.
Yeah, it's the vintage. It's got a vintage look. We're not going to make a big pitch on it, but it was J139150. Check it out online and try that piece. You're going to love it.
Once again, let's show all the color variations.
Hey guys, thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. That was really nice.
J139155. This is a ladies' skeletonized mechanical automatic with mother of pearl dials. $149.97. There is your hot pink. There is the rose tone with the black mother of pearl. There is the blue on blue, the rose tone with the white mother of pearl. And going into the yellow gold tone with the white mother of pearl. And also the tangerine, the orange, the tang flavored drink color. That's the only thing I could think of that was the same color. I couldn't think of anything else that has this very soft muted orange.
But you know, I never thought about that. I grew up as a kid, you know, drinking Tang, right?
Everybody drank Tang. Tang was great.
But you know, I just thought of something. Tang. I always never knew where that came from. But if you think
Tang and Ovaltine.
But if you think about it, Tang is the first four letters of tangerine. So maybe that's where they got the name.
That's very possible. I'm sure that's a very simple explanation for the origin of the name.
Anyway, I know we're getting ready to sign off here, and I just want to...
1 minute.
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, supporting us tonight. It's been a great 2 hours here with you, Jim, and thank you all for your support. And as we walk out the door here, I just want to make one last appeal to everybody to grab one of these watches right here, this lady's watch, this lady's automatic. Try it out. I'll be back in probably 2 or 3 weeks again, and you know, we'll find out how you really like these pieces. But again, I'm going to just close by saying clothing dresses up the person, but the watch defines who you really are.
Absolutely. And again, thank you from me for joining us, staying up so late to watch these shows. I know the Wednesday night show is such a big deal for everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I'm going to be back again this Sunday afternoon with some Invictus, so please come back and join me, and I'm going to be right here waiting for you.